trying to get? My name is Quincy Club.
Georgetown High School.
I go to Creekside Christian Academy.
All right, we here. Another episode live with Coach Brad. A man that needs no introduction. This is season 2, episode 4. Coach Welsh of Decatur High School. I'll just let him kind of introduce himself and go from that point.
Yeah, Coach Rory Welsh. I'm the head boys basketball coach at Decatur High School. My second season at Decatur, my 21st year in GHSA hoops, in a couple different districts. And hey, man, just happy to be here.
Man, my first question to you, man. I mean, we've been knowing each other for a very long time, right?
Yeah, sure.
21 years, bro.
Yeah.
How do you how do you get yourself prepared? You know what I'm saying? Like, because you see so many different cycles. Like, what's that like after year 10? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, after year 10, you're still figuring it out. And first off, you ain't never done learning. You never mastered the craft. That's not ever happening to anybody in any sport.
Mm-hmm.
But as a coach, you really got to be calibrated about, how you want to run your program, what you're going to hold, your standards, what you're going to hold your guys to in terms of your standards for your program. But then also really being methodical about planning out the different phases of the season. I kind of have a motto of chopping it up into about 4 or 5 different quarters, and that makes the season. You got like the preseason stuff with skill work, and then you get into preseason part 2 with more conditioning and skill work and open gyms. And then you get to the regular season. And you hump through that, then you get to the postseason, which is the most important part, with your region tournaments and your state playoffs. And once you conclude that, you get a little bit of a downtime in the spring when guys are jumping back into AAU. But then we're in the summer. Now we're in the summer. We get 4 weeks in June. So, Rome wasn't built in a day. Really just planning out, how you want those different parts of the season to look. And taking your time with it, bro. Taking your time with it. I ain't no fly, jump the gun and, fly by night. I like to plan it out the right way. I want things to be a certain way. And so, yeah, man, it goes by quick. It goes by quick. I tell you that much. I had always kind of envisioned myself having a long career coaching, but you get to this point, it's like, this thing went by quick.
Yeah. And what I've noticed with your career too as well, like outside of your leadership, right? And basically everything that you said right there was just, you being detailed and cerebral about understanding what leadership qualities look like and then coming up with a process with it, right? I think that would be safe to say. But like you've had a trend of building programs. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like if you look at your resume, and we'll get into that and we'll show that too as well. But like you know how to build. You know what I mean? Like that's a unique facet that a lot of coaches, I ain't gonna say a lot of coaches, but it's different because some coaches want to go right away in and then right from that point, you know what I'm saying, go from there. But you're talking about in year 2, I mean, of course, you guys are on a 12, 13 game winning streak right now. But this is still the process of you building because it's only year 2, right? Correct. So if this is year 2 and you already at 13 game for 12 game winning streak, year 4 or 5, we might be looking at dicks, man. You know what I'm saying? You never know at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm just looking at the trajectory. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it's moving fast. It's moving fast. It's moving faster than I thought. I ain't gonna lie. You know what? I can't even say it's moving faster than I thought. It's moving right where I thought it was gonna be because I had played Decatur 2 consecutive seasons before I took the job. So
right.
Like my senior class right now, I have 2 players on the team who were freshmen the first year I played them, and one of them was a starter, which was Bryce Housen. And they came over. We went over to Decatur to play them in a game, and I'm like, man, that freshman, man, he's gonna be pretty good, And then the sophomore year, they owed us a game, so they had to come to Decatur. They had to come to Langston. And we played them the second year. Both games was dogfights. And They had Wellborn and they had Howson, and they were 2 sophomores on that team. And I'm looking at it like, geez, first off, man, I live in East Atlanta.
I know. That was the next thing I was gonna say about it. We was gonna talk about it.
Very close to Decatur,
Yeah.
so there's not many schools in my neighborhood. I live right next to Grant Park that I would consider wanting to coach at, especially with my family dynamic now. But when we played them, I'm like, man, that's a good spot over there. That's a good spot over there. Just thinking of it, I'm like, they got some players too. They got some players too. But when it came to the point of me interviewing and taking the job, I'm like, with this crew, I think we could really hit the ground running. Like, there's not going to be a lot of rebuild, because first thing is I got a point guard, I got a show enough wing. I had a couple bigs that were, unproven and played JV, but they had great size and great athleticism. And we had a couple other pieces, kind of in the fold, that were unknown. But when I went and started watching them play AAU, because I took the job in April, so I'm like, let me go watch these boys play AAU and see how they look. I'm like, wow, we got some pieces here. So I really thought, year one we would be a state playoff team, which we were. I felt like we could have made a deeper push, but we got, matched up with Dutchtown.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You go against AJ Williams, man. That was
that group last year, man. Shout out to Corker too, but that group last year, they were clicking at the right time. You know what I mean?
Oh, and they went on like a 20-some game win streak or something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, a little disappointed with that. But then what the biggest disappointment was, Tobias Brinkley tore his ACL right before the season started, and that was very unfortunate for him. So that really was the setback, because had we had Tobias last year, his junior year, we definitely would have had won a few more games and maybe even advanced in the playoffs. That talented. So, I had really had it planned in my head that, by year 2, we should be, a force to be reckoned with. And luckily the players, they really bought into what I was selling, to what my staff is selling. And they were a little bit more talented and athletic and hard-nosed than even I had anticipated. So for us to be here in year 2, really getting this thing off, to a good start, all the way through the midway point, I'm not surprised by it, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I got you. Yeah. And my first glimpse and of course we talked about it, prior to, you getting the job, all that stuff, and just the commute and, you know what I mean? Just the lifestyle that you would have there. And we was talking about the daycare for your kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything just kind of, it was a full circle moment, but yeah, lined up. But, like, my first glimpse of really what because I never seen Decatur play before then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I seen Decatur, that was in June, you know what I mean? I seen them in June in live period, and I seen that, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me personally, just me, and this is me, it reminds me of the second year team that you did the back-to-back at Langston, because they were seasoned, they understood how to play. You had the athleticism, you had the size, they already had a structure already, and then they was already tough-nosed, and then you just put your twist to it. Like, so that's what it reminded me of. Of course, not the same players. Yeah. I would love to see that matchup if it was possible.
Yeah, if we could make it happen.
This group, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, because that group was tough. I ain't gonna lie. That second year with Landon, that group is tough. But totally different style team though from what you have now. You know what I mean? Because you got a lot of size, you got skill. I mean, you can play any way, and that's what makes it a championship caliber team.
You know what I'm saying? One thing that surprised a lot of people. First, when we walk in the gym, we look the part. We got a very, big basketball team. We got like 6 kids that are, 6'6", 6'7", and we have 3 point guards that could start for anybody in the state of Georgia. Bryce Howson, Quintavious Strozier, and Stone Richards. Them 3 guys can play point guard on any man's team in this state. And then we got 3 bigs that could start on any man's team in this state and be able to produce. And that's Eli Beard, Isaiah Wright, and Chris Person. And then we got the 2 wings that you got to deal with Jason Wellborn and Tobias Brinkley. So a lot of pieces there. But, we can adjust to any style of play. You want to go big, we'll go big. We'll bang with you. You want to play small, we'll put TB at the 4, and
That's what I'm
that's
saying.
small for us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We don't got to put him at the 5 because my 5-man can move. You know, I can go with an athletic, quick. My 5-man is a soccer player, Eli Beard. So he just committed to Oglethorpe. He's gonna play basketball and soccer.
Oh, that's cool.
He's a 6'7" midfielder. He looks like a unicorn.
No, he really got good feet. Yeah, he got good feet.
He's got great feet.
Yeah,
and he can run. And he's tough as nails. So you want to play small,
don't get tired.
You ain't gonna beat him up and down the floor. You know, and he's gonna challenge everything at the rim. So we can play a lot of different ways with the personnel. And the biggest thing is these boys just play hard for no reason. You know, they play. Of course, we don't have to really be on them about motor. Like they got something to prove, and that makes the job easy.
No, 100%, man. And you hit some key points, man. Let's kind of show some of this resume a little bit, man. Let's go ahead and let's get to it. You know what I mean? 21 years overall, 7 years is I think it was the head coach, associate head coach upon Coach Francis. A lot of people don't know. One of the GOATs. I mean, they do know. I'll take that away.
Legend.
They do know.
Legend.
I remember when I first started, getting into coaching basketball. He was one of the guys because him and Jay Livingston, which was my high school coach, New York guys that are extremely close. You know what I'm saying? And I remember him bringing his squads over to Morrow High School, and I got a chance to talk to him. I mean, solid dude.
Indeed. Mentor. Still to this day, I talked to Rick.
Oh, for real?
I talked to Rick today. He comes to games.
That's what's up.
He's been in our last 2-3 games. He'll be there Friday night versus Tri-Cities. That's my Ace Boone Coon, man.
Oh yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. 12 years co-athletic director at Langston Hughes. I mean, if you don't know about the record at Langston Hughes, you might want to Google it. I mean, that's arguably one of. I think at that time, when you talk about must-see basketball in that era, right? Those 2 years in that era, I feel personally, and this is just my opinion, but I mean, I know basketball too because I've been around. My opinion, it was only 2 teams I felt like in that era where it was like must-see basketball. It was y'all and Upson Lee.
Correct. And we almost beat them. Damn, I was trying to break the record. I was trying to beat
I already know.
They got us at the Hawks Naismith. The second event.
That was the only 2 teams at the time. I felt, shout out to my boy Ty Fagan. I was just in the gym with him. Been in the gym with him for years, but that was a special group.
Javon Walker in the playoffs yesterday with the Jacksonville Jaguars playing defensive end. You know what I'm saying?
Defensive end. Real deal.
That boy was a
That's
beast
next
in high
level.
school basketball.
That's next level right there, man. I'm talking about a brick wall.
Yes,
literally.
Indeed.
And athletic. Yeah, that's crazy, man. And second year at Decatur, we just talked about that. GBCA vice president, which is, I commend you personally for that because that is not, that's not an easy task. You know what I'm saying? And for you to handle that with class the way that you handle it, shouts out to you for that. You spearheaded and wrote the GHSA 35-second shot clock rule.
Yeah.
I knew this, but
yeah.
That's major.
I'll be real. That's outside of me producing my 3 beautiful children I got in this world. I ain't gonna lie, man. That right there,
that's major
accomplishment, man. Because
listen,
from the top of the state to the bottom of the state, and I had some good help with that with my dudes from GBCA who helped me, on the backside of it. But I got to shout out another brother, man, Coach Willie Cannon, who was my co-athletic director with me at Langston Hughes. He was our former head football coach, and we both became AD at the same time at Langston, and we did it together. But that brother gave me every piece of support I needed to make that thing happen. It was never a question. If I needed to go buy some shot clocks, he said, "Write the check, coach. Just go do it." So
that's love.
We had
believing in the vision.
There.
That's love.
Yeah, he had the vision. He saw what it could be, and that brother really helped me make it come to life, man. So big shout out to Coach Willie Cannon for that.
And again, let me reiterate that. Like that you wrote and spearheaded. Like, I mean,
yeah,
that's 2 different tasks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's not the same.
Yeah. I had to go down there.
That's what I'm saying.
I had to go down to Thomaston 3 times. I went down there 3 times, brother. 3 times.
35-second shot clock rule, and this proposal went up in 2020.
Yeah.
So, I mean, doing something like this, and basically you found your way to change the game of basketball in a state.
Yeah. It was a big deal. And you know what it was? It was
That's crazy.
I kind of had it like in the back of my mind, like, yo, we need a shot clock. This is getting
Yeah.
ridiculous. And you start seeing footage from all over the country with people playing stall ball, literally holding the ball for 7 out of the 8 minutes of a quarter.
For sure.
But really what it was, I'm not even gonna lie, it got kind of petty. So the year after we won the state championship in 2017 and 2018. We played a team in 2018, and I'm not gonna front. We kind of put the beats on them, all right? Put a good whooping on them, and a really good team. I'm not gonna say what team it was, but we beat a really good team. And they had a couple of Division I prospects on their team, and Landers and Tyrell just had their way. And so they were a highly ranked team in a higher classification than us. Long story short, I had to play that same team the very next year after we graduated, Chez and that crew. And man, we're playing this game. The same coach, they get up by like maybe 4 with, they got up by like, I remember it was like a 2-3 possession game. So they're up by like maybe 4 points in the third quarter. I'm talking about early in the third quarter, like maybe with the 6-minute mark of the third quarter, 6 minutes still on the third quarter clock. And this man stalled me out all the way to the
stall him out, Debo.
He stalled me out almost to the end of the third quarter. And I'm like, I know he want to beat me, and I know this team wants to win the game, but we came here to play the game, not to chase you around and play stall ball with a 4-point lead in the third quarter.
In the third quarter, with a whole nother 8 minutes to go.
It wasn't even the fourth quarter. It wasn't even the fourth quarter.
That's
So,
crazy.
Brad, after that game, I'll never forget. It was literally a couple weeks later, the NFHS, the National Federation of High Schools, started sending out questionnaires to high school coaches all over the country, and especially Georgia, asking about, do you want a shot clock? And so it was like a big questionnaire, 20-something questions. And once that came, I was like, you know what? What would it really take? Yeah, that's kind of like what put the bug in my ear. What would it really
that's
take?
a spearhead moment. That's a spearhead moment.
For sure. And so, it caught me at the right time when I was pissed off about it. And I started doing my research on what do you have to do and what that process looks like to make a rule change in the state of Georgia. I did my research with that, and once I kind of got that knowledge, I started, putting pen to paper and making it happen. So it was like a 3-year process, really almost 3-year process, start to finish, to get it done. But no doubt, man, it was a huge deal, and you see how much it's improved the game now.
It's changed Decatur High School. Decatur High School. I don't know your administration over there, anything like that, but you get a pioneer to come over there, to come into your environment and change that. At this point, he needs to retire from there, number one. That name got to be on the floor, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Championship or not, I don't care what you did after this. I don't care what your resume look like. At the end of the day, that right there deserves. Look, it needs to be to the point where you put your name on the shot clocks that's going into because nobody did it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Nobody did it.
Crazy.
And then, roughly. Now, you use the word roughly. 250 wins. I don't know what's rough about that, but
I'm close to it. I'm very close to it.
200. Anything over 200 is like ain't nothing rough about that. You know what I'm saying? That's you did your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? 3-time region champ, 2-time state champ, 22 basketball signees. Speaking of the signees, I'm gonna show one too as well. 3-time region coach of the year, 2-time 6A coach of the year. Bro.
I've been blessed with some good players, man. I will say that. I know people say, I think I'm a good basketball coach, or whatever. But man, them boys at Langston Hughes and this crew I inherited at Decatur, they can hoop. Let's be clear.
Yeah,
they can hoop.
Yeah,
my boys back in South Fulton, they took it dead serious. with the
A lot of
challenge.
people don't even know you had Chuma, man. Like Chuma was there.
Yeah,
like we talking about a whole nother.
Yeah, that was my first pro. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had him from 8th grade, up until he was all state, sophomore, averaging 23 and 8 as a sophomore on a 21-win team, started him as a freshman. And just to see, still that's my guy to this day, this is till this day, I go watch him play. I saw him play twice last year. He's in Spain right now. But, just all those guys, man, Derek Cook, rest in peace, Khalil Cuffey. I had a point guard kid,
definitely.
Nelson, who was a little PG for me, man, in that class with Chuma and those guys. And then Ty Scott. I could go on and on and on and on, the PJ Carter, Tyrell, Tyrell, that's my heart right there, man. Jeez, man. Just
he in Germany right now, man. Pro A.
Yeah, in Germany.
First year.
Thing, man. I mean, all them dudes, man. I live and die with those guys all day, man. Live and die with those guys.
Now we're gonna circle it back around, right? So we just talked about that. We talked about your resume, talked about your past history of players, right? And this is perfect. I love the way that this conversation is going, and it leads right into this too as well. Yeah. You see this picture when you look at this group.
Yeah.
What's five things that come to your mind?
Ah, man. First thing come to my mind is my assistant coaches first, man. Quandale
Grimes. That's my dog.
Man, those is two hard-working, dedicated coaches, man, that jumped on board with me on this thing. When I got the job, I literally made 2 calls, bro. It was 2. Of course, I begged my assistants at Langston to come with me, but just logistically and the years vested they had in Fulton County, they just couldn't make it work. And sometimes it just boils down to business. They couldn't do it.
100%.
So I really, shout out to Chuck and Brett. Those are my aces, and all my other brothers that was, assistants with me during my tenure at Langston. Barado, Inman, all those guys. But once I knew I was gonna have to make a new staff, it's like, all right, I already had in my mind what direction I was going. And Grimes was a dude who was an assistant at North Atlanta. We were in the same region. I already kind of knew his pedigree a little bit. He was helping down, with Callaway at Mundy's Mill. He was in Clayco for a little bit, and then
Southside dude.
Yes, indeed. And then he came, went to North Atlanta, and I just seen kind of how he moved, and I'm like, if things ever, if I ever need another new guy, I got my eye on that guy. So I called him, man, and he jumped on board. And then man, Justin Toyo, man, he's one of my former players. I've only had opportunity to get 2 of my former players involved in coaching, and Derek Cook, who's helped me at Langston, and now Toyo. And Toyo always told me he wanted to be a coach. I've known Toyo since he was an 8th grader. I had him all 4 years at Lovejoy. And, we always had a tight relationship, and I watched him play all through college, and I'd always go, watch him practice. I'd pull up on, UTC, I'd pull up at VCU, spend 3 days, and chill up there and just watch the team practice and watch a game, and just continue to, build our bond, as a big brother, little brother. And he told me, when I get out of playing, he said, I'm retiring when I'm 30, wherever I'm done, coach. If I ain't in the NBA, I'm retiring at 30. So I want to get into coaching. And literally, he told me this, and then like a month later, the job opens, and I'm like, all right, if I got to put a new staff together, I got 2 horses I'm hitting up, and that's Grimes and Toyo. And it literally fit, man, just hand to glove in terms of our staff, camaraderie, how we flow as a group, and how we teach the game and installed our system. And he's been a perfect mentor. I got 4 big kids, man. I got 4 bigs.
That's what I was just about to say. How was that for them? Because, usually with most high schools, you get a big coach, but you don't get like a big coach. You get what I'm saying? Like it's a little different. You know what I mean? Like, and we talking about somebody, he could still get out there and he'll dunk on you. Yeah, sure. It ain't like, you know what I mean? He'll strap up. Now you get on his nerves, he'll strap up.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, he's probably gonna go to the Hall of Fame at University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, and in the SoCon. And so his attention to detail and being able to communicate that clearly to these young bigs, that's why we're at where we're at. Because
I was about to say that's the difference.
We do a lot with guards, and we got good guard play, but when you have bigs that know the nuance of how to duck in, how to get a big goal post, how to seal their man on various angles from the ball getting reversed, and when they're getting fronted, how to score when you're getting 3-quartered, how to score when you're getting full fronted, and how to work angles to get the ball back. Oh, man, he's taught them the nuance of that. And that's why we're so
That's the difference.
like a complete team, because we can dump it in there and let them boys go to work. You know, they know how to sprint to the dunker spot or the camp spot and get on that porch and go finish and get opposite of the ball. And it's because we on it behind every day about it. And you're only gonna get, especially when you go like as the head coach, I'm not a micromanager. That's not how I operate. I can't coach like a micromanager. I like to empower my staff to have ownership over different aspects of the program. And so that's how I ran it at Langston, and that's how I'm doing it here. So, you know, Toyo, he that the bigs, that's his wheelhouse. Grimes, the guards, that's his wheelhouse. And then we bring it all together and make it flow as a unit. But they're both of their abilities to communicate the game within my system and how I like us to play has been seamless, man. It's been seamless. So that's the first thing I take from the picture. The second thing I take from the picture is how we're all tight, and we've really tried to build family. You know, a lot of people say it, yo, family on three, but we really believe it. Like, we got to trust one another. We got to be able to rely on one another, and we got to be able to talk to each other and correct one another. We can't be, you know, always have our guard up when our teammates trying to hold us accountable. We can't always be defensive when we're not playing well and one of our teammates is telling us we're not playing well. And so it took a while to get to that, because last year we kind of had, you know, a little bit of rough patch with them being able to hold each other accountable, because I told them when I first met them and got to know them that they were just too nice to each other. You know, y'all got to start holding each other accountable, man, because you can't have somebody making a mistake 4 or 5 times in a row and coach is the only one mad. Like,
for sure,
it ain't supposed to work like that. Nah, y'all the one playing, because when I played, I'd be mad as heck if somebody didn't turn the ball over 4 times and I'm running up and down, taking charge, playing defense, and you just throwing the ball around. So I can see the family atmosphere, you know, coming together right there. I can also see the individual personalities, because we got a good group of personalities, unique personalities. You know, that's the thing that sticks out to me, man, is, you know, just individually who they are as young men. And then, you know, I got my manager in there too, you know, we're trying to mentor him. Yeah. That's my guy, you know what I'm saying? That's my guy, boss, man. So, you know, bringing him into the fold, you know, because, you know, we ain't just mentoring basketball players, man. We're mentoring, you know, all young men that need mentorship and need big brothers. Life-changing. Yeah, need father figures, man. And bringing him into the fold this year has given us a little boost, man. So, man, I got to say, man, and then last but not least is just, this is like the reward. I can see the reward, because I ain't gonna lie, we wanted to beat Grayson real bad, bro. I'm already knowing. We felt like we had some statement wins before Grayson, beating some really good teams. We had a really good, you know, non-region schedule. But for them to not have lost a game in almost 3 years to an in-state opponent in the regular season, we just felt like the opportunity's right there for us. I never told them that, my team that. I just made it all about the X's and O's, the personnel, the execution. But in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, I want to break that record. Like I talked about the Upson Lee thing. I wanted to break that Upson Lee record.
So again, Grayson, let's say that one more time. At the time, Grayson hadn't lost a game in how many years?
Almost
to a Georgia State opponent.
To an in-state opponent during the regular season. So they had lost in the state playoffs to Will.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. They beat, and then they won a state championship. But it had been almost 3 seasons where they had not lost a regular season game to a team from the state. They had lost out-of-state games, you know, going.
Oh, for sure.
But too. You know, we just a regular old public school program, man, in the city of Decatur, man. You know, so
I'm telling you that a
little bit.
No, I definitely wanted to choose this picture because, for one, I seen family when I look at this picture. I also see unity. You know what I mean? And you can also see this is, you know, we're hoopers, we're basketball players, we're coaches, we're basketball guys. You feel me? So like, this is one of those pictures to where the public really don't get to see this. You know what I mean? This is that authentic, real in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? That's dope, man. I wanted to share that picture, just get your thoughts on it. And the conversations is kind of leading into it, man. And just kind of go from that point, man. Yeah. That might be one to frame right there, big dog, for real.
No,
man.
that one's getting framed. Let's be
Yeah.
clear. That is definitely a classic, man. Oh man, those that's my crew. That's
Yeah,
my new crew,
yeah.
man. My new crew.
Yeah.
It's still hard for me. I ain't gonna lie, man. And the guys my team, if you ask any of them boys, they used to be pissed off because for about the first 10 games of last season and in the summer league, my first summer with them, when I'm breaking them down in the huddle, I'm like, yo, Panthers on 3. And I'm like, oh,
Panthers, man.
They be like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Panthers on 3
for so long.
Forever.
Yeah.
But this is the Decatur Bulldogs. You know what I'm saying? This is the
Mhm.
new chapter. And man, these dudes have owned it. They've owned it, man. I gotta give them credit.
That's love. That's love. So I got a game I want to play with you, man. It's called This or That. This is one of the things that we do every episode with each coach or anybody we do. Got some different questions for you. Just kind of want to get your feedback.
Yeah.
Go from that point. You ready?
Let's do it. Yes, sir.
I bet. All right, cool. Let's see where I want to start at, man. I'll start here. Which one you prefer?
You gotta do. You gotta do. I mean, you need both, though. You need both. Oh man, you need both. I need a dude who's gonna play defense. Like his life depends on it, but he gotta be able to put the ball in the hole, because if all you can do is defend and you're not at least a somewhat serviceable offensive player, your handicap us on one side and then help us on the other. Oh, that's tough. Oh man, bro. I gotta say, and I hate to say this because I hope my players don't hear this, but I gotta go with the offensive guy. I gotta surround him with 4 dogs.
Hey, you gotta build a wall with your defense.
Yeah.
No, I get it, man. I get it. I said the same thing. I was like, yo, which one I'm gonna choose on this? I'm like, I don't know, man. But no, I get it. All right, here we go. Here another one.
Ooh.
Above the rim, and he got game.
I gotta go above the rim, and just because I love Denzel, but in this flick, I felt like, Denzel, great actor.
It wasn't his best.
It wasn't his best. All right, but Above the Rim is just a classic hoops movie. My man was the Georgetown, back in that era, Georgetown was just. Georgetown was duped to us, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so for him, just all the storylines with Pac, and then his older brother. It was just so many storylines. Then just hip hop on 1,000%, man. I'm a hip hop dude, man. I'm hip hop aficionado, man. I grew up in that era. I'm 46 years old now, but Above the Rim, I got to go with that one.
I love both of them. I think both of them are classics. I think He Got Game tells a different story.
For sure.
It's a different storyline, but Above the Rim was just like that. It's like an and one movie. It was like real raw, uncut.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like
No doubt.
Like they grew up. Both of them grew up in 2 rural areas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was just the way that they grew up and what they was around was totally different. But I ain't gonna lie, I have to go Above the Rim too, man. Because Georgetown at that time, bro, I was the one with the Allen Iverson jersey on, and I had my Jordans on, sitting up watching the game.
You better believe it.
I ain't gonna lie. Felipe Lopez, I was a fan of him too now. You know what I'm saying?
Big East basketball was still is to this day. Let's be clear.
Oh, for sure.
Matter of
fact, I leave them.
And last but not least, the soundtrack. The soundtrack just takes it over the top.
It takes it over the top. You won then. It's over. Yeah, that's because the other soundtrack wasn't. We'll just leave that where it's at, man. We'll leave that where it's at. If you had to choose some hot wings, American Deli, A-Town Wings.
I gotta go American Deli, man, just because they got that American Deli right on Decatur Square, man. I walk up there once it's about 4 or 5 Decatur students that owe me a 10-piece from American Deli as well. Let's be clear about that. But I gotta go with American Deli. That's just that classic that's always been around, man. A-Town is definitely,
it's a
top notch. I'm not knocking nothing against them, but just for where I'm at in my locality, American Deli. That's
what's your flavor?
Oh man, I just give me hot, man. I'm either hot or I'm lemon
Yeah,
pepper wet. You know,
yeah,
I need
yeah,
hard,
yeah,
so I need them well done. You know, I need them well
yeah.
done. But
Oh,
yeah,
you already got the order.
yeah, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Some fries. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah,
All right, here we
yeah.
go. Here we go with another one. I think this is gonna be a little. I'm just gonna get your opinion on it. Championships or scholarships? What coach you want to be known for?
Ooh, man. Dang, that's tough, bro. Ooh, that's. I mean, it's both. And I tell people all the time, you know, I run a players first program. I'm always, you know, we put our guys first, man. As long as my guys play hard for me, bro. I'm always trying to, you know, help them get opportunities. I always want them looking. I want them looking like a Division I program with the gear. I want us to be sharp and clean. I want all the top of the line, you know.
Oh yeah, the bells and whistles.
We want Nike checks on everything. We want them to look good. You know, they play hard for me. But, you know, we want them to get opportunities, you know, to play collegiately. And if I had to pick, I got to say, these boys got to go to school, man, if I want to be known for one or the other, because it's unique. Every situation is different. Mm-hmm. Some kids really pour everything into basketball for simply a basketball scholarship. And then some kids have the academic component to go with it. I've been blessed over my years at Langston Hughes and at Decatur to have both. You know, I really didn't have a bunch of knuckleheads at Langston trying to squeeze into college, like barely eligible. I mean, the boys did their work. I had a strong parent base who supported me when I had to hold boys to the fire. And to this day, you know, because I'm really big on that. I tell people all the time, there's a few things I don't do. I don't run no rehab program.
Yeah.
And I don't run no babysitting program.
I'm trying to tell you.
You got to do your work. You got to do what you're supposed to do. I cannot be trying to babysit you and keep eyes on you 24/7. And you got to do, you know, what you're supposed to do off the floor as well. But that scholarship piece, man, I want these kids to go to school. I love going to watch my former players play in college. I don't get the chance to do it as much as I want because they play when we play. And you better believe I'm catching them on ESPN Plus, though. You know, I'm always.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, hey man, I got that subscription every year for that one. I got that subscription every year.
Watch my hoop alums, you know, get after it on the college level. But championships, man, that's what I work. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I want the scholarships. That's what I would prefer. But I work. I don't like to coach basketball for fun. I'd rather.
You feel me?
Yeah, I want to win. I want to win at a high level. And that's what makes it fun for me. So I'm still chasing number 3. And hey, man, just, you know, taking one step at a time to try to get there.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, that's unique for a championship coach to say scholarships, right? Most championship coaches would be like, I want to win championships. We go, you know, the scholarships go come with it. You know, that's kind of the motto usually. You know what I mean? When I ask that question. But also, too, flip side is that you have some really good coaches out here that get their kids scholarships, but they don't have championships. So, you know what I'm saying? Shouts out to those coaches too as well. But I ain't gonna lie, man. You got to ring me, big dog.
Yeah.
You got to ring me, man. I was this close, man. I was this close, bro. Golly.
Yeah. It's hard.
Man, Odom. You remember Odom? They went to St. Francis?
Yes, I do. I played them. I played them boys. I played St. Francis in the Hawks Nation. One of them events. Yeah, I played them.
DeJuan Odom, man.
Dunking machine,
man. Bro. Look. At the time, he couldn't shoot to save his life, bro. Yeah, so, and this was when I was at Eagles Landing Christian, and we was strapped, we was loaded. You know what I'm saying? This was our year to win. I'm talking about we up 9, bro. We up 9. No, we was up 12. I'm sorry, we up 12. Third quarter, and we was like the game plan was working. Everything we did, you know, we wrote all it down. We, you know what I mean? You know, coach had his little paper in his back pocket, pulling it out. You know how I go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everything's rolling, and we was like, all right, we good. He started making shots, and you know he couldn't shoot. He started hitting shots because we was backing up. That was the game plan. And he started hitting shots, bro. He looked like he was a lottery. He looked like a lottery pick that day. Yeah.
I mean, uber athletic, big time motor.
Oh my God.
I mean, I almost thought he played better at Xavier than he did at Georgia State. I mean,
he did. Weird. I thought the same thing too. Yeah,
you know, but every situation is different, you know, because it takes more than one guy to play well.
For sure.
But no, Odom was a beast. But yeah, like I tell people all the time, I was supposed to win 5 at Langston Hughes. I was telling my team that, you know, that's why we can't take
the
this
year before y'all won. That group was loaded.
Man, a couple of times, man, we had teams that I felt were strong enough to win it. But for one reason or another, it just didn't happen for us. So when you get a chance, you got to try to capture lightning in the bottle.
Yeah.
Top on it.
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to do right now. But yeah, championships is what it's all about, brother. That's why we work so hard. And, there's so many good coaches who never got opportunity to win a championship. And it just takes a very unique situation to do it.
It takes some luck, too.
It takes a little bit of luck. Yeah. Matchups, injuries, all that type of stuff comes into play. It's only easy to a few guys. I tell you, Sharman White and Larry Thompson, them boys got the juice.
I don't know how they figured it out, man. Yeah.
Right there. But them two brothers right there, they've captured lightning in the bottle many times over. But it's very, very difficult. They make it look easy, but it's very difficult.
It looks so easy, man. It looks so easy. It looks so easy. All right, here we go. Last one. Coming to America on Friday.
Oh, man. Wow, that's tough. Oh, that's tough.
Okay, more classic than this, bro.
It's just, oh, man. Bro. Man, you got Chris Tucker, legend. Ice Cube, legend, of course. Man, you got Eddie Murphy, who's probably the greatest comedian of all time. Two totally different storylines, but just unique classics that you could watch 1,000 times over. I have both of these movies on DVD in my collection.
Oh, for sure.
If my son ain't run in here and tear my stuff up, take my stuff and make it frisbees. But oh man, if I had to pick which one, I would say, especially now, because I'm a dad, I could probably pop in Coming to America more.
Yeah, you're a little more safe that one.
Friday with my 3-year-old, my 6-year-old, and my 8-year-old.
Yeah, you can go Friday. You go that way.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Coming to America on this one. Yeah.
Either way you can't go wrong. Yeah, either way you can't go wrong. Nah, because these two classics, two movies that was just for their time, nothing never seen before. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just, Nah, man, you got some dope answers though, man. Dope answers. Nah, that's cool though, man. Oh yeah,
relate to all of it, brother. Can relate to all of it.
I'm telling you, man. So nah, this pretty much is it with the show, man. I definitely think this is a real unique one. I think I got to know more about you too as well. We can probably go on another 4 hours talking about basketball in the state of Georgia.
Sure.
Just you know what I'm saying from that point. But if it's any people at your school, anything like that you want to shout out, the floor is yours.
Oh, for sure. First off, man, I want to shout out just the whole basketball community here in Atlanta and the state of Georgia, from our high school coaches to our AAU coaches, to our rec league coaches, man, just on the boys side, on the girls side, the youth side, the amount of time that these coaches around this state pour into these kids to get their game right, to help develop them as young people, to put the state, on blast and really get this thing to be top 2, 3 in the nation with basketball talent. I salute all those coaches. I'm all about paying it forward, man, and I totally respect every last individual that helps teach this game to any young person at any phase of their career on any level. So I'll start with that. Then I'd like to start with my administration, at Decatur High School. Great administration. Mr. Rodney Thomas, my AD, Mr. Dwayne Spruill, my principal, they just have been all in with what we're trying to do there. My parents there, our families, man, they're just unbelievable in terms of what they are willing to do, because there's nothing they won't do to make sure our program is hitting on all cylinders. And last but not least, all my players and managers. We have a really strong group, really well-connected group, and trying to push it all the way down to the middle school and keep this thing going. My whole idea was to get the program and put it on steroids, man. So we just need 1 or 2 more injections, and I think we'll be there.
Okay, that's dope. Well, this concludes episode 4, man. Again, man, I appreciate you. Best of luck this season. Definitely want to highlight what you guys been doing this year. I felt like this is my way of paying it forward too as well, because you could be on the phone doing anything with anybody right now, but you took that time out. So I'm appreciative of that. And yeah, man, this concludes episode 4 with Coach Welsh of Decatur High School.
Appreciate you, Brad. Peace to you, brother.
Sir.
All right.